All right, chat. How's it going? How's it going? How are things? Anything new? Anything exciting? Anything different? LW first again. Yes, on the YouTube side of things. Welcome. The stream is going to be kind of all over the place. The internet's never good during the day here. So if things start going haywire, which I can already see it dropping a lot, that's why. So hopefully we can make it through this and hang out. If you have to buffer a little bit on YouTube, just back up just a couple seconds, and it'll be better. You won't miss much. We're gonna go slow through this because they decided to drop a new hero announcement today, which is crazy, right? Absolutely crazy that they're doing this. So first off, really quick, BB, how's it going? What, a Tuesday announcement? Thanksgiving? That's what so I thought they were not going to do anything this week because it's Thanksgiving, right? Like that made the most sense to me. That why would they do anything? It was Thanksgiving. So then I was like, okay, it'll be the next week, which will be in December, but yeah. So Zelron, how's it going? Wasn't expecting this article a week. Assumed it's gonna be next week. Agreed. Not working on Thursday, so lame. I know, right? Just looking at the cards, looks very complex. I have not seen anything yet. So this will be 100% blind reaction to things. Absolutely no idea what he looks like. All I did was pull up the image so I could copy and paste it over onto the thumbnail for YouTube. That's all I did so far. Clara, how's it going? Hopefully you're doing well. So yeah, so I'm excited that they announced this. I was not anticipating this, but I am hyped. We only have a certain amount of time to really go through this. I mean, I didn't even update this, so my bad. That'll be fixed. But we will be live tonight doing I win or I pay chat. So we'll talk more about Nick Fury after I think about it. After these initial hot takes fresh off the press. So yeah, Nick T20 will like him based on one mechanic. All right, we'll see. We will see. Can't be worse than Maria Hill, that's for sure. But yeah, so we're gonna go through this. Sorry, I'm just watching the stream bit rate and watching it crash. So we're gonna go through this. I only got about an hour or so to be with you all, then I have to get back to quote unquote real work stuff and do stuff with that. So let's dive into it, right? Let's just jump into it. Let's see what we got here. All right, so website side of things. All right, let me just make sure that everything is working. Oh no, the internet's crashing. There it is. Very unstable. Okay. Let's get to the news article. And if things crash, let me know, chat. If things start becoming too much of a mess, I think we'll be good. Hopefully. But if it starts getting really, really bad, let me know. Okay. All right. So, and if you're on YouTube, make sure you hit the like button. I appreciate it. And then Twitch, just keep Twitch commenting and all that fun stuff. All right, this is up. This is good to go. Again, if things start crashing, let me know. Oh, I can see it going down. We'll wait an extra couple minutes. Let me wait a couple minutes. Novels is also uploading a video, so it's taking all the bandwidth. Also, BB, I feel like I haven't seen you in forever. Hopefully you're doing well. Also, this just dropped like not too much long ago, right? Like real recently. Actually, I'm going to switch back to the shop for a second. I'm just trying to wait for the internet to even out a minute. Hold on one second. Took a bit of break with UK. What is the release looking like with the UK stuff? Have you guys been getting like anything? I feel like there's a lot of countries that are just having like issues with all the stuff. All right, internet's back to climbing back up. Hey Marlon, how's it going? Hopefully you're doing well. Good to see you, man. we got Magneto last week. That's not bad. That's not bad. I have no shipping information for Magneto. We seem back to normal? Okay. Yeah, I can see it bouncing around a ton on Twitch, especially on Twitch. Twitch is really struggling. I mean, so is YouTube, but... But yeah, so I supposedly we'll be getting Magneto in like a week or so, I think. So this week won't be any Magneto stuff, but the following week, probably. I'm also giving a little bit of time for people to trickle in. All right, how are we doing buffering wise? We're hanging in there. Didn't want to spoil stuff, so I didn't watch much, planning to play a lot over Christmas and finally catch up and watch the content I missed. That's fair. That's fair. That's how I am with Magneto. I haven't really looked at his cards too much because I don't want to like really spoil it for myself, you know? So I get it. Yeah, for sure. Still waiting Magneto also. Classic. Classic. All right. Oh, shoot. Hold on. Wait. Let me just fix one thing really quick. And then I think we'll jump over to the article. I think the internet's finally chilling out a bit. All right. Let's take a look at this. If things start crashing, just type F in chat, right? Or not F. That's if it completely crashes and dies. Just type in something that like it's slowing down a ton or some weird issue. Okay. Because like I said, I don't have a ton of time. I don't mind heroes too much, but I like to see the villains first time. That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so let's dive into things. Agent Fury on the move. All right, so they are going the Samuel L. Jackson route with Agent Fury. I know people were thinking like maybe not, but he was on the box, so I don't know. That was a thing for a little while. All right. I put my best agent on the case, says Maria Hill. Oh, yeah, I'm doing this right. Okay. I'm used to my other screen where I have to focus a little differently on things. So, you've seen the scenarios for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the next big campaign expansion for Marvel Champions, the card game. You've seen its hero, one of its heroes in Maria Hill, the director of S.H.I.E.L.D. She might be fine. Who knows? Now it's time to preview the expansion's other hero, Nick Fury. All right, so let's look at this. 4 cost recovery, 6 hand size, 10 hit points. Pretty decent. Stat line overall. Set up, put your suit form upgrade into play assault side face up. And action change to stealth suit form. Okay, so there's 2 different forms. Drops down, or has a 2/2/2 stat line. 5 hand size, 10 hit points. Okay. Gather intel. Response. After Nick Fury makes a basic thwart, place 1 threat on your suit form upgrade. Okay. And then when you attack, change to assault. Okay, so you can only be stealthy on one side, but when you attack, it changes to the other side. Okay, fair enough. As a top-tier spy and skilled infiltrator, it should come as no surprise that Nick Fury is an expert in mitigating threats. His playstyle revolves around his suit form upgrade, which has 2 modes, stealth and assault. All right, so we got the stealth side. Okay, just want to make sure it's still working all right. Stealth side, permanent suit form upgrade, 1 of 16 cards. When an enemy would attack you, it schemes instead. All right, so you can force it to scheme even on your hero side. Place 1 threat from that activation here instead of on the main scheme if there are 5 or less threat on this card. Okay, so it's a force interrupt, so you have to do the thing, which is fine. And actually looking forward to this expansion hand in your packs. When an enemy would attack you, it schemes instead. Okay, so you're on hero side, you're in stealth, they don't attack you, whatever. You place 1 from there, so if they do 3 activation, or they only do 2 onto the main scheme, the last one will go on to you, okay, as long as there's 5 or less threat on this card. All right, now assault. Where's my super set? When you attack, remove up to 3 threat from here. This attack deals 1 additional damage for each threat removed this way. Now, this is not a forced interrupt. It's just a regular interrupt. So on stealth side, you're going to be collecting all this threat so that you can deal more damage on your assault side, right? That's basically what we're looking at here so far, which makes sense to me. So, all right, you collect your threat from this side, by letting them threat in the beginning. And then you could deal additional attacks when you attack. So it's not just a basic attack, it's any attack that you do. So, all right, that's fine. Also, Anthony, welcome to chat. Hopefully you're doing well. Jay Wheel, hopefully you're doing well. Okay, that's fine. Fury's agent alter ego side lets him decide which suit mode he starts in, while his hero side interacts with the suit in different ways. So, yeah, so you put it into here. You can change the stealth form suits whenever you want. But basically, you start it and play with the assault side. You decide if you want to stay assault side or if you use an action to go to stealth side. Okay. Sean, have you played with Magneto yet? He has not shown up, so no. Also, welcome chat. While in stealth mode, Nick Fury's suit lets him hide from his enemies, forcing the scheme even though he's in hero form. While this could seem detrimental in certain scenarios, the ability on the stealth suit allows Fury to gather intel by stealing some of the threat that would have been placed on the main scheme and placing on the suit instead. Patience is a virtue, as charging up the suit with threat builds a significant payoff. So again, there's no max, right? Oh no, the max is 5. Essentially, right? Time Roller, welcome in chat. So place 1 threat from that scheme if there's 5 or less threat. So no, wait. The max would be 6, right? So when there's 5, this is the last time you can put 1 more on there. All right, so you can get up to 6, which means you could basically do the assault thing twice, like for big hits. So or use 6 total damage, but 2 attacks, right? Because you can move up to 3 threats. So you can move up to 3, add 3 to the attack, do it again, and then 3. Okay. So there is a limit to how much you can put on. It's interesting that they phrased it this way. Like, place 1 threat here, the activation instead of on the main scheme if there are 5 or less threat on this card. Like, just say, like, to a maximum of 5, which seems, or to a maximum of 6, which seems like a weird way of phrasing it, but whatever. Okay. Patience of Virtue charges to swap to assault mode where Fury can use the threat to power up his attacks. Thanks to Fury's break cover ability, the switch to assault mode happens before the attack resolves, so you can immediately start spending threat to wail on enemies the moment you go offensive. Hey, Heiser, how's it going? So again, break cover when you attack to force, interrupt. Okay. After you make a basic thwart, place 1 threat on your suit form upgrade. So either you can collect the threat 2 different ways, right? You can either do it this way when an enemy would attack and you're on stealth side. On your suit form upgrade. Actually, this doesn't matter. So gather intel, if you just do threat removal and you're on assault side, that doesn't matter. It just says you put it on your suit form upgrade. So you could still add more tokens if you're on assault side by just thwarting, right? Making a basic thwart, not using a threat removal card, just a basic thwart. So that's interesting. Good to know. Okay. So that's a way you can keep like boosting it up. Makes sense. Thanks to what happens before the attack. Okay, cool. So any of Nick Fury's attacks can be boosted by his assault suit. For example, you can have an attack like concentrated fire. 2 cost event, it's attack, hero action attack, 3 out of 16. Deal 4 damage to an enemy. Okay, this attack gains range, which is always nice to get around retaliate. If this attack defeats an enemy, choose to either place threat on your suit form upgrade equal to the enemy's printed scheme or change to stealth suit form. So you knock him out, right? The person that would see you, you can flip down to the stealth side, okay? Or you could just place more threat on your suit. So whatever, that's fine. No, I can't delete that comment. If somebody could delete that for me. All right, so that's fine. Deal up to 7 damage instead of the usual 4. Right, so it would be 2 for 7 because you remove all the threat from your thing, right? So that's fine. All but guaranteeing that you can trigger its bonus effects if you target a minion. Right. Now, this does lead into problems that we're having right now in the argument of like defeating an enemy, and this is the whole retaliate thing that's been like rediscussed in Hall of Heroes of defeating an enemy, not defeating an enemy, whatever. I'm not even going to get into that. I have a video coming out later, but I'm assuming they include defeating a stage 1 of an enemy. So anyway, alternatively, you could boost an area attack like spray fire. 3 cost event attack, choose a player. Deal 3 damage to the villain and each minion engaged with that player. This attack gains range. 1, that's awesome. 2, that means this is now a 3 for 6 card to to the villain and each minion engaged with them. So that's a lot of damage, possibly, which is going to clear out minions, which is phenomenal. They deal up to an impressive 6 damage to multiple enemies at once. If you got an excess of threat on the suit, you can even use Fury's Watch. All right, 1 cost upgrade, item tech card, exhaust Fury's Watch and remove up to 2 threat from your suit form upgrade to generate a mental resource for each threat you remove this way. Oh, so you can use it as like a double resource generator. That's interesting. I mean, you're going to be burning through threat like crazy. So it's going to be an interesting balance of how much can you keep threat on there. That's interesting. To help you pay for a big swing. We'll look at these cards in a second. Feels a bit like Spider-Ham. He does. Like, he won't get threat. No, he would get threat as easily, basically, because it's the same as when you're getting attacked, right, and taking damage. So, of course, performing too many of those big attacks, you'll burn all your threat off the assault suit pretty quick. Thankfully, Nick Fury's got plenty of tricks and high-tech gadgets in his kit to help him build the threat back up. Normally, you need to swap to Alter Ego before you can change your suit back to stealth mode. That is true, but covert surveillance, it's an event. Thwart action. Thwart 1 for 2 threat removal. That's kind of low, but that's fine. If you are in a stealth suit form, you may place that threat on your suit form upgrade. Otherwise, you can change. So this is an easy way to change. Hopefully, they put 3 of these cards in there, but we'll see. It gives you the option to do so with doing a bit of thwarting on the side. If you already swapped the SWAT suit, then covert surveillance can help you build up threat on that suit quickly. Or something that which is something it shares with the eye patch camera. 2 cost upgrade preparation. Oh, a prep card. Let's go. When any amount of threat would be placed on the main scheme, discard this eye patch and place up to 3 of that threat on your suit form upgrade, which is cool. So this card basically exists already with oh, what is it? It's the picture. This is a Justice card with Nick Fury on it. I forgot what it's called. Like, not under surveillance. I forgot what it's called. I use it all the time too. But basically, you can cancel up to 3. I looked over his card. I think he looks extremely strong and fine. So I think you can cancel up to like 3 threats on something and whatever. Counterintelligence. Thank you, Jay. Yeah, so it's like counterintelligence, except you can now place 3 of that threat onto your suit, which is really cool, right? That's really, really cool. Okay. Which could get you as much 3 threat at once. You'll notice that the camera is a prep card, which means after you resolve it, Fury stays as a secret agent. 2 cost upgrade. Hero response. After you resolve the ability. Also, he looks incredibly different. Like, he looks like 20 years younger in this photo, but whatever. After you resolve the ability of a prep card, you move 1 threat from a scheme to your suit card. So again, this is going to lean him into Justice, because I think most of your Justice cards are prep cards, right? Or not, I'm sorry. Most of your prep cards are in Justice. Let me say that correctly. Okay, cool. So hopefully they lean into the prep cards then. You can get a bonus threat for the suit, giving you more bang for your buck. Oh, yeah. Now, I don't want more prep cards in Justice. I want more prep cards in other aspects for Black Widow, but okay. Secret Agent art is probably early in his career. Yeah, you're right. Naturally, this isn't the only prep card in Nick Fury's deck. And with the rest of his cards in his pre-built Justice deck, you could say he comes prepared to keep the villain schemes on lockdown. Call Informant to get a minion. Okay, well, let's see this. 1 cost upgrade, Taskmaster, let's go. Max 1 per player. When a minion schemes, discard Informant. This activation removes threat instead of placing it. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. To get a minion to thwart for you instead of scheming, remember that Fury's stealth suit makes enemies scheme against him when they normally would attack, which means that this card is particularly useful when you're infiltrating the scene. If a minion enters play that you can't afford to deal with right away, toss some prism dust. 1 cost upgrade, maximum per player, prep card, also a tech card as well. After a minion enters play, discard prism dust, confuse that minion, and deal 2 damage to it. That's crazy. Okay. To the face to confuse and stun them. Since both these are prep cards, Secret Agent will allow you to remove a bunch of threat, blah, blah, ensuring that you will also have a leg up on the main scheme. Also, if you're going to need those cards back sooner or later, you can always rely on Practice Plan. Okay, basic prep card. I like this. 0 cost upgrade. After you discard a prep card you control, discard Practice Plan to return that card from your hand to your discard pile. Give me more of this. Give me more of this for Black Widow. Thank you. I want to play Black Widow so much, and this will help out because it's a basic card and not just a Justice card. Thank you. Thank you. To bounce him back in your hand. Of course, while Nick Fury is an incredibly skilled spy, he's not the only agent in S.H.I.E.L.D., and even he can use a hand sometimes. When the going gets tough, he can call in the aid of his father, Nick Fury Sr. Let's go. 4-2-2-3. Wait, is this actually a thing? Is he like in comics like Nick Fury Sr., Nick Fury Jr.? That's interesting. It's opposite Widow's Bite? I don't know. There's some Bunker's allies coming? Okay, we'll see. So, S.H.I.E.L.D., good shield trait thing. Okay, cool. Soldier. We don't have a ton that could do soldier with allies, right? After Nick Fury Sr. enters play, choose one. Remove 3 threats from a scheme, draw 2 cards, or give a shield character a tough stats. At the end of the round, okay. Okay, so it's Nick Fury. But it's only drawing 2 cards, which is interesting, right? Because you normally draw 3. Yeah, you normally draw 3. So it's a weaker version of Nick Fury, probably because he's old, right? He's old. So that makes a little bit of sense. Removing 3 threat, that's boosted, right? Because it's normally 2 threat, whatever. And yeah, you get the tough status, or you can give a shield character a tough status. Which, wait. Oh, Nick is shield soldier and spy. Okay, so we can put it on Nick, which is nice. That's a good, good combo there. Yeah. So that's good. I would run that card for sure. Especially I like that it's with the shield characters. Again, we're boosting up shield more. We talked about this with Maria Hill. Hopefully more shield things equal better. Back in my day, son, we were only allowed to draw 2 cards. I know, right? I think it's smart design. Original Nick is botched because they made the draw option so much better than the other ones. Agreed. Like, how often do people, like, besides you're making a final push with 4 damage, everyone's choosing the draw 3 route. It's too strong. For solid boost. All right, if he's struggling to get his gadgets in play, Leo fits. All right, 3 cost support, Persona. Don Claymore, thank you for the follow on, what is that, Twitch? Thank you very much. I appreciate it, dude. So reduce the cost to play Leo by 2 if you have a shield trait. Okay. Alter ego action. Exhaust Leo, search your deck for a tech card, and add it to your hand. That's kind of fun. That's almost worth it with Iron Man as well. That's kind of interesting. You can run double Nick Fury. Oh, Nick Fury all day. Alarine, welcome to chat. Tony, welcome to chat. Hopefully you're both doing well. The odds of father and son having to wear an eye patch. I know, right? You remember you losing with X23 against Venom Goblin. After the game, we realized if you had done damage with Nick, you would have won. And none of us even thought about doing it. Exactly, Steven. Because you're just so much in the mindset that like, no, I got to draw cards. Okay, so you can get tech cards. Good for Iron Man, even though it's a bit expensive, but obviously for S.H.I.E.L.D., it'll be stronger. It'll be good. I just want to watch S.H.I.E.L.D. show again. All right, so we have that to hunt for tech cards, while Gemma Simmons, hopefully I'm saying that right. 3 cost support, reduce her. Okay, that's fine. Exhaust her to generate a mental resource for a tech card. That triggers for Iron Man as well, right? I mean, I know you have Ingenuity and you should probably run that instead, but I guess that would help for that too, which is interesting. Have we talked yet about him being on a surfboard? Not yet. We haven't even talked about that yet. See, it's coming up. Help him pay for that. And of course, Fury can team up with Maria Hill as super spies. 0 cost event. Oh, they're team up card. That's fun. Place a total of 3 all-purpose counters and or threat tokens on shield supports and or suit form upgrades. 0 cost. Very, very good. All right, so with all the infiltration ability and turn villain threat against him, Nick Fury is awesome super spy and a fantastic addition to the game's roster heroes. Look forward to taking the Agents of AIM as both Nick Fury and Maria Hill when this drops in February 2025. When it says tech card, does it include triggering a tech card? No, it just says generate for a tech card. So I think you can, because it's not when you play a tech card, or when you use a tech card. So the way I would read this quickly is that you could do it for either or. So you could do it for playing the card because you're doing it for a card and also generating the resource for this is for a tech card. Yeah, that wording is weird. Well, it specifically says she's using them to help pay for them. I think you can use it for either or. I want to do a Nick Fury team up with Bishop, call them the Beach Boys. It is quite the artwork. It is quite the artwork. It's not the worst artwork I've seen. I mean, it's fine. It is funny though, like he goes from very, very young Agent Fury to like looking much older and rugged. Okay. Super hot takes. You all made it sound like this was gonna be much more confusing than it is. I think this actually kind of makes sense. I think the flipping back to stealth is gonna be tough, but it makes sense logically. That should be tough to flip back and forth, right? Because like you can't just like be like, oh, now like hiding and whatever. So I like the idea of building up these counters that you can do it on your assault side. I think that makes it much easier and makes it make much more sense. Some of the wording is just weird on some of these cards. Like again, I don't understand why this wouldn't just be a max of 6. Like why you phrase it the way that it does, but whatever, I guess. For recovery, that's a proper recovery amount. My man knows how to relax. My favorite Nick Fury comics are the ones where he's searching for the perfect wave. Should work for both ways. Okay, cool. So yeah, so this whole suit form upgrade thing I think is really fascinating. When you attack and remove the 3 threat from here, this attack deals 1 additional damage for each threat removed this way. I like that mechanic. I like it with the stealth suit. I do enjoy that his suit changes colors because you can have more than 6 threat on the card. Oh, by getting it from this way. You're right. You're right. That makes sense, Brombe. Okay. I take back everything I said negative about that. That makes sense because you would get it that way. So yeah, I like this mechanic of storing up threat. I like that it's very natural and easy to get threat to not be put onto things. This eye patch camera thing I love. I think this is a really, really good upgrade. Hope there's probably not 2, right? Oh wait, no, there's not 2 because the watch is 14. So there's only gonna be 1 camera. His very last card is Secret Agent. 14, so we don't know what 15 is. All right, so let's look through this really fast. Oh, they numbered the cards differently. All right, so it's 130. Oh, the cards are numbered really weird. Okay, so attack. Where's his threat removal? Is 6. So he probably has concentrated fire 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 covert surveillance. 8 is spray fire, probably 9 as well. We technically don't know what 9, 10, 11, or 12 is. 13 is eye patch camera. 14 is Fury's watch. 15 is something, and 16 is Secret Agent. All right, I think he looks extremely fun and good. I think he's going to be powerful. I think he's going to be stupidly powerful. Now, again, the only thing I want with him is more prep cards and stuff to also come out in aggression and protection and leadership. Like prep cards and justice, I think we're good with. I'm not putting that as a downside. I'm just saying like that's what I want moving forward. So yeah. Excited for prep cards. That is justice. Hope there are a few basic ones in there. Yeah, one of them is basic. I hope that as the series or as this continues that they will have more. So yeah, one of them is basic. Feels like an auto include for Natasha. 100%. The basic one, I'm 100% putting that. This card, practice plan. This is gonna be an auto include for Black Widow moving forward, which is amazing. She just needs new things to make her feel fresh again, right? It's not that she's bad by any means. I want her to feel fresh. So. Yeah, quick hot takes. I really like this design. I think it's really fun. I like this threat gathering mechanic. I think that's cool. This is fine. It's an easy way to flip down. I think wait. All right, so the other important note, this is a hero interrupt on eye patch camera. Not just an interrupt, right? So you can't do this on your alter ego side, which is important to note. So if you flip down, that's not good enough. So you have to be triggering it with your whole suit, right? Your stealth suit. So it's another way to help you gather more stealth suit stuff. Help it between Bucky and Falcon. Oh yeah, I think there'll be enough in this for sure. It's not that Black Widow's bad. No, she's not bad. She's fine. My hope for more arrows for Hawkeye is still alive. I forgot we don't have extra cards. Yeah, so there won't be extra ones in this pack. They'll have to come in later packs. Because they'll only come with our precons and that's it. But again, we don't know a bunch of his cards. We don't know a bunch of the basic cards that will come in here as well. I'm sure there'll be more. But yeah, so eye patch camera will only work when he's a stealth side and hero interrupt, unless there's other ways to make the enemy thwart. Eye patch camera is better for multiplayer, but it's decent for an advanced protection. Yeah, you would have to. In true solo, this is a little trickier to navigate, but you could definitely get it to work for sure. We know they are coming. We don't know, but I don't like betting, but I will put a bet on that they are coming. Probably come with prep cards since he is a spy. That makes logical sense to me. And then after we resolve a prep card, this is a prep card. So again, we can move one threat from the scheme to a suit you control. Okay. So I mean, it's just, yeah. I'm stoked for this. Was confused initially, but it makes sense now. Yeah, I think there's what's nice is, yes, the hardest thing. Okay, let's talk about downsides for a second, because you know me, I'm a negative Nancy about things. Isn't there an event that lets the villain scheme for a benefit? Concentrated fire will move threat, right? Place threat on your suit form. Upgrade equal to the scheme's printed hit. Yeah, so if you defeat an enemy, this will work to put a threat onto your suit on either side, or you can change the stealth form. And then this was the one that allows you to change the stealth form as well. But was there a thing that let the villain scheme? I don't think so, right? Or not in his kit. This is when... Hold on. This is one of minion schemes. Yeah, so you could do a minion on it with informant, right? The stealth suit? Yes, the stealth suit does when this is on. Okay, so really quick, with negative things and whatnot. I think the worst part is that you're going to have to time out your stealth suit really carefully in solo with like the eye patch camera and secret agent and all that stuff. Because once you flip from stealth side to assault side, you better hope that you get a concentrated fire or the covert surveillance, right? And the concentrated fire, you have to defeat the enemy, right? Yeah, so if you defeat the enemy, which hopefully he's going to want minions to come out. So hopefully you defeat a minion, then you can flip to the stealth side. Or one of these two threat removal cards. This will let you form to your stealth suit side, which is nice. Now, again, there's going to be a little bit of like a timing problem, and you might get stuck on your assault side longer than you want, which would be my initial concern. Like if you're stuck on this side, like the whole benefit of dealing extra damage is out the window. It's really nice that obviously you can flip down to switch it in alter ego. You just got to worry about threat, going crazy and whatnot, but that's okay, because I really like this basic thwart mechanic that after he makes a basic thwart, place one threat from the suit on your suit form upgrade, just placing a one. I like that. I think that's really, really smart design because it allows it to keep coming out and keep doing things, right? You can still do 7 damage if you have threat. Yes, you can still do the damage. It just doesn't trigger these bottom things is all. I'm just talking about trying to switch it back to stealth form, right? Because that's going to be what your balance is, right? Get stealth form high up there. And then the way I see it is obviously you start on stealth side. You jack this up as much as humanly possible while trying to get cards like eye patch camera out there and secret agent to try to trigger eye patch camera over and over. And then you make the switch over so that when you attack, it's a force interrupt. You have to change your assault side. So you jack up the stealth suit, right, by letting the enemy scheme over and over. And then you keep thwarting. So you probably want to put heroic intuition on. So you remove 3 threat. So you keep thwarting off all the threat to get as many tokens on there as possible. Then attack to flip it to assault side. And then just use your events or whatever to slowly, and keep thwarting with Nick Fury to slowly keep adding those threat tokens on there for as long as possible, right? So it's gonna be tough to flip down while you're like constantly trying to, like, because you're gonna be juggling threat constantly on the main scheme, right? So your hardest part for solo is to keep your threat on your suit high while not flipping down to change the suit, right? Which is cool, right? Like it's cool that it gives you options. Like if it was just, hey, the only way you can get threat on is through the stealth side and that's it, and there's no other way, I'd be a little more bummed out. But the fact that they're giving you ways to kind of like stop the bleeding of losing all your threat tokens, I think is really cool. I think it's a really good mechanic. I think it's a really good way of doing things. I like this whole idea, again, if you have threat, like, do I use the pay for cards? Do I not use the pay for cards? Like, I think this is a really cool idea and really well done. And again, with the covert surveillance, if we're still in stealth, it's a way to jack up the amount of threat we get, because you could still pay for it with Fury's Watch. And if you're on stealth side, right? So exhaust Fury's Watch, remove 1 threat counter, let's say, to generate a resource to pay for covert surveillance. So that you remove 2, and then you get to place them both on. So you net positive 1 threat token, which I think is smart. I think it's a smart way of doing things. I think it's good design. So anyway, what we've seen so far with Nick Fury, like this mechanic, because events are fun, okay? Just really quick with Maria Hill, just like splashing it down. Events are fun. But I really like the way they balance this. I think this is a really cool way they balanced it. Like scheming equivalent for toe-to-toe, the stealth suit lets the villain scheme. Yes, correct. I think the stealth suit, you have to scheme. It's a force interrupt. So if you're on stealth side, they have to scheme, just FYI. I think there's one in aggression that lets the villain scheme and you attack something like that. There is. There's an older card in Justice that would make the villain scheme, but it confuses them. You can still 2 for 7. Thanos has the Infinity Gauntlet. What a shame. I'm going to go surfboard really quick. I guess my worry is a hated, what's her name, the energy hero with 3 forms. I get stuck. So I think, BB, I agree that getting stuck in the wrong form is going to be tough. I'm happy that there's still ways, even if I'm on the assault side, there's still ways to slowly put on threat through me just thwarting, right? I think that's huge, and I think it's gonna be really, really good. And then again, if there's a way with eye patch camera through event cards to like force them to thwart when they don't want to, I think that's really good too. And then we'll help you switch around. But yeah, I could see an issue with getting stuck in a form, but I think they do enough that like even if you get stuck, you're still slowly putting on counters, right? War Machine didn't have this. When you were out of ammo counters and you had nothing left, you had to flip back down. It was really tough to get any more to pay for things. Spectrum, I always felt like I was stuck in a thing. This, I think, will slowly let me kind of drag it out a little bit longer. I was thinking Swift Retribution. 1 cost the villain schemes, deal 4 damage to the villain. Yeah, I think you're right. You build up and burst damage and accumulate threat. You can play that and use eye patch camera to boost your suit instead. Yep. Bait and switch makes them attack and remove threat. Okay. I think they did a good job balancing it, so you can go heavy one way if you want. You can go heavy on attacks or just be a heavy thwarter using the thing that spends your suit counters. Yeah. I think it's a really fascinating balance, and it's interesting. So for solo, again, solo players always have a little trick here. We got to work a little more. Could try for more before he goes into battle, but he has to be on alter ego side. That's the issue with War Machine, in my opinion, is that you can't get any more. And when you use your gauntlet, you're generating 1, but you have to use it to pay for an event that basically uses them up, right? So you're not like generating more of them. Versus Nick Fury, even on his like aggressive side, right? Because you can just thwart and add threat onto your suit upgrade, it's increasing it more constantly. So that's what I mean by that difference. Also, Melody, welcome to chat. Hopefully you're doing well. He's definitely gonna be easier to play true solo than Maria, but I'm very excited for this box so far. Yes, so he will be for sure easier than Maria. I think he makes a lot more sense than Maria. I think he'll be a lot better solo Maria for sure. I think there's gonna be juggling. Right? I think there's gonna be a lot of juggling. There's a hero who loves alter ego but has 1 thwart. I know, right? There's gonna be a lot of juggling up in the air, balancing that threat on the main scheme, because you're gonna want to move it around and use it. But I think that's a really fascinating design choice. I think it's a really cool and good design choice they made. I just think he's a nice Justice hero, especially because he lets you get extra damage eventually. I think you kind of thwart a lot. Yeah, I think Justice is going to be stupidly strong in. I think he's going to be really strong in Justice. Like, really strong. Again, I hope that they come up with more prep cards in aggression and protection and leadership so that we have additional options. I have faith that they will, right? I'm gonna say that they will do it. But I am really happy with practice plan. Hopefully we got a couple more upgrades or supports that are prep card, well, probably upgrades that are prep cards in basic. I think that's going to help the game out a lot. I personally absolutely hate Justice. I think it's far and away the most boring aspect to me. So happy to have someone I actually want to play in Justice. Justice I play a lot of, but it's mainly because you have to solo. Not that you have to. You used to have to. Now there's a lot more variance to it. So really quick, because I got about 15-20 minutes left. Really like this. I really like this design space. I think this is really cool. The one thing I will say is I think in solo he's gonna be very powerful. There's just a lot of juggling to do. I think in multiplayer, because again, you could be in hero form and they will still like if your teammates down in alter ego, you could still trigger this card. And being able to do stuff like that, I think is gonna be really, really strong for multiplayer. So I think they've done a good job of, yes, he's very strong for solo, but he's gonna be also very good for multiplayer and how cards trigger. One of the reasons solo is worse, justice belongs in the trash. No. Practice plan itself is a prep card. Yeah, it is. Which is good because when you trigger it, that helps Black Widow, right? That's Black Widow's whole thing is when it triggers. Or one of their cards, I think. So yeah, Nick Fury Sr. I think is what Nick Fury should have originally been, but that's fine. And then these cards are interesting. It'll be interesting to see if the Simmons or Fitz and Simmons, if they work like outside of the shield trait. Like, does it make sense to use them outside of the shield trait? I have no idea, but it'd be interesting to see if that's the case or not. You know, I don't know. I'd be really interested in seeing that. But yeah, I mean, you know, obviously you all know I was pretty down on Maria Hill, and I will say I think this is like the complete opposite. Like just the complete opposite. Oh, really quick. I need to look at Black Widow. I haven't looked at Black Widow in a little while. What are her things? She's Avenger. She's shield on one side. So theoretically, right, you could be on alter ego on Natasha when she's shield to put these cards in cheaper. Wait, does she have tech upgrades? She does, right? Does she? Does it make sense for Iron Man just take Genius? Yeah, I agree. I would want him to work, but it just, you're right, it doesn't make sense. I gotta look at my upgrades. Non-attack upgrade. Okay, so Black Widow's Gauntlet, which you'd be paying for it to pay for, doesn't make sense. Okay, Grappling Hook is a tech upgrade. Alright, Synth Suit is a tech upgrade. Widow's Bite's a tech upgrade. Okay, so she does have some things. So it might make sense to play Jenna. What's this one? Search your deck for a tech card and add it to your hand. Maybe. Well, I guess if you're discarding Widow's Bite and all this stuff, then yes, it makes sense, right? So Widow's Bite gets discarded. Grappling Hook that gets discarded. So for those, it might make sense. I haven't played Black Widow since Disguise came out. It seems to also boost her alter ego plan. Yeah, I have to mess around with that more. Might do an honorary shield upgrade. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure they will. Also, welcome, Mr. Thoth. I still want Maria Hill to exist. I'm okay if she's a little weaker in solo. I want heroes to work, but yeah, if you're a multiplayer person, Maria Hill makes 100% sense. I think Maria Hill will be really good for that. Those supports could help. Yeah. Oh, so really quick. All right, so Informant. When a minion schemes, discard this. So what was her thing? Her whole thing of triggering a prep card. So after you trigger the ability of a prep card, deal 1 damage. So again, something like this, when the minion schemes, it's just an interrupt. So if they scheme for some reason, actually, wait. No, this is after you play a prep card. Okay. So if for some reason the minion was the scheme while you're still on your hero side, you'd be able to trigger your prep card thing. That's fine. What's this one? After a minion enters play. Okay, so this is nice, right? A minion enters play. You could have this prep card on the table, confuse the minion, deal 2 damage to it, and then also deal 1 damage to an enemy. So you can ping damage around. So these cards will help trigger that stuff. And again, if you do practice plan, after you discard a prep card you control, once again, you're going to trigger this as well. There is no limit. So if you're just triggering prep cards all day, you're just dealing damage all day. There's such a force field, generate energy barriers and stuff for repurposing things. That's true. You could absolutely do that. Oh, what I was saying with Maria Hill. I think, again, I'm not going to like Maria Hill. I'm pretty sure I do not like her design. I do not like anything about her. I'm extremely happy she exists. I will say that. I'm happy she exists. I think she's very good for multiplayer. I don't think she'll be good at all for solo. But that we'll just wait and see, because I know people disagree with me, and that's fine. We'll wait and see. I think she's gonna be incredibly good for multiplayer. A lot of people like multiplayer, so I think I'm happy that she exists. I'm happy they did the design space for that. Nick Fury, I love this design space, and I'm really happy that he exists because this is phenomenal. I really like this build overall. Good for her controlling minions. She sometimes has a rough time with minions too. I mean, I know Dance of Death is there to help you, but minions are getting all strong nowadays, so. Honestly, with what he can come out with prep cards, I'm really excited for Maria Hill. Oh, not Maria Hill, Black Widow. Exists hopefully be a shield deck, so I can stop seeing deck lists for shield decks in every hero. Yeah. Yeah. Dance Death feels really underpowered now. It does. It's not what it was, unfortunately. This really should be a 2-cost event at this point. It's just not strong enough. 3 for 6 total damage, and then you get retaliated on each damage if you're hitting like Zola. It doesn't feel good anymore. I'm happy multiplayer heroes exist. I just wish they still felt better in solo. Rogue is amazing multiplayer. She still feels good in solo. You miss a few things, but she's still very powerful. I get it. The problem is if like they feel really good in solo, they're probably overpowered in multiplayer. Not all the time, but I feel like that's a lot of times. It feels like every time I want to try to find a justice deck, it's always a shield deck. Everyone's doing shield decks right now. Try making a different justice deck and Fast. Gonna need a much bigger table if you run Fury and Winter at the same time with all the cards. Dude, it's exhausting. I mean, obviously I'm gonna play Maria Hill when she comes out, but when I play 2-player, I'm actually excited to play Black Widow and Nick Fury together. I think it's gonna be fun, even though they're gonna be trying to steal each other's prep cards. So, but yeah, I'm very hyped for this. Hopefully we get more spy cards too, because that's also the other thing we're kind of missing on. Shield Justice is so hot right now. So yeah, I'm hyped. I'm very excited. So at least now I know that when this hero comes out, I'm going to be playing through the box in Nick Fury, not Maria Hill. I'm happy one of them makes sense, because if you know me, you know my opinions with Tony. I don't always like his design. I like some of them, and there's a lot of them I don't like. And Maria Hill Nick Fury is a perfect example. I still think Maria Hill hero should be 2 thwart 1 attack with 2 hit points, and her abilities, every player draws a card each turn. That'd be crazy. Why does this stuff always drop when I'm at work? I know, right? Like I said, I was shocked. I was recording a different video for today, and then all of a sudden this dropped, and I was like, oh, I have to quickly go online for this. Though I was getting called out for a second. But yeah, it's hold on one second. Okay. Yeah, it's just strong. It's really strong. I'm really excited. I really like this form flipping. I'm really hyped for this. This is really cool. Yeah, I think it's just gonna be fun, man. Most hyped hero I've been since X23. Yeah. And like I was down on X23 because my brain couldn't comprehend it. This, and I know when people in the beginning of chat was like, oh, I don't really understand how this works. It seems complicated. And we all have that, right? We all have those heroes where like X23 did not make sense in my mind how they would track on paper, versus like Nick Fury in my head, like this makes 100% sense. Like I get how this is going to work, and I get how this is how I'm going to do things. So we all have those heroes, right? Like I totally get that as well. But yeah, I'm really interested to see, because it looks like 216 will be his, yeah, 216 will be his ally, which I'm excited to see what it is. It also feels very Nick Fury. I think they captured the concept of him being really well. Yeah, because we were all wondering if like his hero ability was just gonna be he draws 3 cards, right, with a 1 hand size. But I think they did a really good job with this stealth assault mechanic. Obviously, we won't know for sure until we get it on paper or get it in person. But that's fine. Like I think that's really, really good. I just ordered X23 from Black Friday, so I'm gonna do my first Voltron build with the Badger. And the thing is with her, like we all thought at first like Voltron was gonna be like the most powerful and strongest, and it's definitely good. But it's not even needed. Like you can play without Badger and still like just crush the board state. She's so incredibly versatile, like in every aspect. It's fascinating how good she is as a design. But yeah. Those are my thoughts. Those are my takes. I just want more prep cards and different things. I want more spy cards, probably more soldier, more shield cards. I just want more of the traits we don't focus on as much. Probably because we got so much X-Men for so long and X-Force that I'm like, that's enough. You know what I mean? Like we're good. But yeah, I'm happy. That's what I'll say about that. I am happy with what they're doing there. I think it's really, really cool. I think it's really, really good. So I will be live later tonight, because we are going to be doing a X-Men are crazy strong though. Oh yeah, they are for sure. I'm just tired of them. Like, I'm just tired of everything that they do. I'm just ready to move on. But yeah, we'll be live tonight because I'm going to talk more about this probably later tonight, and we can all discuss it more and whatnot. Because I'll my hot takes are very, very good with this, but we'll see later if it's less so. I don't think it'll be tamped down though. I think I really like how this is overall. I think it's, like I said, really good. I think it's really good. So yeah, it's just crazy. So anyway, all right, everyone. I gotta get out of here. I gotta do regular work stuff. Appreciate you all being here, and I will see you later tonight. So make sure to hang out later tonight, and we'll be live a little earlier, around 7:30. It'll be a fun game, and then I will talk to you all later. Take care, everyone.